Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Had Ultimate Luck with a Gambler's Ability. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this love with your friends in social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto was the Ultimate Saiyan over in Anime King 3, and enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new in this first time hear my voice, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post 25 every single night for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we begin this brand new episode? Start the intro. So, the last time we left off, a terrified Naruto was running away from the villagers, as he was trying to get away. But he was caught, and he was stabbed. When he woke up though, he was fine, as Hiruzen showed him the pack of cards that he had in his chest pocket to save him. But Naruto was confused because he remembered he put it in his pocket in his pants. So why did he reach up to his chest pocket? As Hiruzen was gonna take Naruto in and train him, so that he could better protect himself. Hiruzen was the Hokage, but he couldn't be all places at one time. So like that, Naruto spent 10 years with the old man, as he was now 15 years old. As he became Hiruzen's personal student, he didn't even go to the academy, as he had personal tutors that taught him everything that he needed to know. And Hiruzen trained him in every art, as Naruto excelled rather quickly. As the day finally came when he was going to become a genin, as Naruto wanted to get as strong as possible. As he went to the academy, Kiba was mouthing off, why does he just get the key and become a genin like that? The test was standard and really easy as Naruto passed it, as Anko became his sensei. Him and Anko started to take C-rank missions, as Naruto knew Anko before because him and her played poker many times. Also strip poker, and he always ended up pass note whenever he won, as Naruto believed in Lady Luck, because his luck was just that good. As they went on several missions over the past 2 months, even B and E rank missions, as Naruto was powerful, incredibly so. But not only that, his abilities, or hard to deflect or dodge. For punishment because of him leaving his Kones and Shurikens, Hiruzen let him tag along with Team 7 on their C rank mission, as Naruto was bummed out about it, but he went along. As they face off against the Demon Brothers and Zabuza, as Naruto techniques were able to overcome Zabuza. As they arrived towards the wave, as Naruto made a bet with Inari that he could kill Gato, as Naruto summoned a bear. He had won the bear contract in a poker game, as the bears loved him because he was a gambler like them as well. The bears were all for gambling, but they were also powerhouses, as Naruto remembered the first time that he met the bears. The polar bear being the boss, the thing was large as Gamabunta. As Naruto made his bet with Inari. So when day finally came, as Naruto took care of the bandits, he went after Zabuza. Zabuza was with a green-haired kid and Haku as well. Zabuza saw Naruto as he called a name, surprised seeing Naruto here, as Naruto gained a bit of reputation from those who were able to survive his attacks, and who ran away and named him. As Zabuza decided to flee, as he was going to chance Haku and the other kid with him to survive Naruto. So with that they left. As Gato arrived, Naruto threw a card that split right through the man's skull, killing him, as Naruto did not hesitate. As the other thugs realized that they were out of their depth here, as they saw the rest of the ninjas and not to mention the villagers appear. So with that the mission was over. Some more time passed, as Anko brought Naruto to the office as Team 7 was missing a team member that was Sai, as Naruto did not know the reason, but Naruto could participate in the exam by joining Team 7. As he could become a Chunin, he was ecstatic as he signed the paper. Once they got there though, as they were given a written test to begin with. As Naruto ran through it, Ibiki saw him summon two small bears, as he asked him what the hell he was doing. As Naruto said that he was gonna play poker if you want to join in. Seeing that Naruto was done with the test, Ibiki decided to join in as well. So yeah guys, so basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the place check for yourself so this to begin this new episode. Fine. Prepare to be ruined, Uzumaki, Ibiki said, as he took the stool next to Naruto. Yeah, what Scarface said. The red vest panda said. It was true. As he got a glare from Ibiki and a sigh from his sister. Sister, you should not call people names like that. You might have hurt his feelings. Han said in a soft voice, while Naruto was dealing the cards. Brother, look at his face. Anyone who has gotten scars like that won't go running home, crying and hugging onto a teddy bear. From simple words, said Cho. As Naruto started to chuckle. What's so funny, said Cho. As Naruto continued chuckling, I was just imagining what it would actually look like if he actually did that, said Naruto, as he wiped a tear away from his eye, as everyone in the room was listening to the conversation, as they started to imagine what Ibiki would look like doing that. As many people started to giggle. See? They think it's funny as well, said Naruto, as Ibiki gave Naruto an icy stare. Just play, he said, as Naruto dealt the cards. After about 15 minutes of playing, Naruto figured Ibiki out. He shuffled his cards when he bluffed, as Naruto chuckled to himself. After 10 minutes, Naruto was smiling like a madman. Cho and Han were pissed off. So was Ibiki. Ibiki-san, one of the examiners said. Ibiki snapped towards the man. What? It's time for the final question, man said. As Ibiki was frustrated and pissed off, he lost everything. Oh, right, Ibiki said, as he looked back towards Naruto with a glare, as the brat was smiling the entire time. As Ibiki got up, there was an aura of pure rage leaking from him as he walked back to the front of the stage. Alright, I'll go over the explanation for the 10th question, he said. There was an edge to his voice, showing that he was angry. As he glanced towards Naruto, who was still smiling, making it even worse. He took a breath. Now first for the 10th question you must choose whether you want to take it or not. Choose? Yelled the sand blonde. What happened if we choose not to take it, she said. A smirk came on his face. If you choose to not take it, you and your team will automatically fail. As the Genin started to shout, what does that mean? Of course we'll take it. Shouts went all over the place. Ibiki kept his smirk. Be quiet. As I explained the other rule, he said, if you choose to take it, and you answer incorrectly, as he paused for dramatic effect, just to scare the shit out of them to get back some leverage. As he had to take by the holding hand, seeing that Naruto just wiped his cloth in poker completely. That person would lose the right to ever take junior exams ever again, as the entire class was shaken by that. What? What kind of stupid rule is that, said Kiba. There are guys here who have taken the exam before. As Ibiki chuckled darkly. Well, I guess you guys are unlucky because I am the examiner for this year. And what I say go. Now, you can leave and you can take the exam the next time I come around. But if you take the question now and you fail, never again. Raise your hands if you want to leave, he said. Lots of Genin started to raise their hand. As Ibiki turned his head towards Naruto was flicking a coin, as he caught it and flicked it back. What about you, Uzumaki? Feel confident enough to take it? As Naruto shrugged, I don't know, he said. I'll put my outcome in the hands of Lady Luck. As he flipped the coin in the air, as he grabbed it and placed on the back of his right hand, keeping from their view. Heads, and I'll take the question. Tails, and I quit. As he removed his hand to look at the coin. Heads, I guess I'm staying, he said. Another 5 minutes passed, a couple more quit. Any more quitters, Ibiki said. But no one else got up. Good, he said. For all of you that stay, you pass. What? Said Sakura. What about the 10th question? There was never a 10th question. Or you could say that the choice whether to take it or not was the 10th question. Ibiki said that grin, as he then proceeded to explain what it is to be a chunin. When he was finished, a ball of cloth was thrown through the window, as two kunais pinned it up as it read, "This sexy and single Anko Mitarashi." As Naruto raised an eyebrow. There is no time for slacking off, maggots. The hard part starts here. Anko blinked as she looked around the room. 78? Ibiki, you're getting rusty, she said, as she shook her head. I am the second proctor, Anko Mirashi. We're heading to training ground 44, ASAP. Follow me. That's Naruto-sensei, said Sakura. As all the Genins filed out the room as Anko jumped back through the window. As Cho poofed away, Han climbed on top of Naruto's shoulder. As Naruto walked up to Ibiki and gave him the money back, Ibiki was confused. You're giving me my money back? Why? I know that you were going to use some psychological torture, so I decided to take all your money and piss you off, thus giving you that lovely aura of death. Ibiki started to chuckle. Well, it worked. Thanks, kid, he said, as Naruto nodded before he flashed away. Now he was at Training Ground 44, where the rest of the Genin. Welcome all in one to Training Ground 44, better known as the Forest of Death. Uncle said that smile, a wicked smile. Don't worry all, you will soon find out why it is called that. As Naruto started to mock her, you'll find out. Come on, I thought you'd have something better than that. You're not really scaring anyone, said Naruto, as she threw a kunai towards him. He could have dodged it, but he chose not to. He figured this was another attempt from her to scare the Genins. And it worked. As the kunai whisked past his head, she flashed behind him as he cut his cheek. As she licked the blood. Your blood tastes good, she said. As she took another lick. Well, said Naruto, I don't think that is the only part of me that tastes good. As a tiny blush came in her face. She cleared her throat. Okay, smartass, she said. You hand out these consent forms. As he dropped the sack of papers in his arms, as Naruto pouted. Naruto-kun, that was very dirty of you, Han said. As Naruto scratched the back of his head, while handing out the papers. Sorry about that, Han, said Naruto. I just couldn't come up with another comeback. As Han sighed. Just please don't say anything like that in front of me again. When Naruto got to the back of the line, he noticed something, as something caught his view. He raised the eyebrow. As he picked it up, it was a locket. A shimmering locket, in the shape of a heart. On closer inspection, he focused as he realized there was an inscription on it. To my little angel, I'll always be with you. As he raised the eyebrow in confusion. Now, Uncle said, I'm gonna explain the text, and you can sign the forms. Once you sign them, you hand them in and get your scrolls. What scroll? Said Sakura. I'm getting that, little girl, said Uncle. She went on to explain about the heaven and earth scroll, and that they had 5 days to get to the tower. Without their teammate, they would fail. If they opened the scroll, they would fail. As they had to survive, it was a survival test. The forest was dangerous, dripping, with dangerous creatures hissing and moving around. As many of them got scared when they heard the hisses and things moving in the bushes. And there was also a chance of them dying, so that was a possibility. Well, no one said that it was a walk in the park. As Naruto signed his form, we wait for his team to sign it. As they hand the papers over and receive the heaven scroll. Once everyone got a scroll, they were standing in front of their designated gate. As Naruto was standing in front of gate 12, when his sensitive hearing picked up something. You guys stay here, I'll be right back, he said, as he walked for about 50 yards. As he saw Anko. No, 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 she said, as she was searching herself. It can't be gone. How could I have lost it, she said. Lost what, Uncle-chan, he said. My locket. My locket my mother gave me, she said, as she was searching herself frantically. As Naruto glanced up toward the sky. You meant for this to happen, right? As he was speaking to Lady Luck. As Anko saw him smiling. Why are you smiling, she said. As Naruto reached and pulled out the locket that he found on the ground. Is this it, he said. Anko's eyes went wide as she rushed over as he was pulled into a tight hug. Thank you, thank you, thank you, she kept on repeating. As she pulled back, where did you find it, she asked. As Naruto could see that she was on the verge of breaking down. It must be really special to her. I found it when they handed out the consent forms. Lady Luck must have wanted me to find it. You know that you were talking about fate now, right? Not luck, Uncle said. As Naruto shook his head. No, I was lucky enough to get the paper. And then I hear your cries. It was all luck, not fate, said Naruto. I refuse to believe fate, by the way. Why is that locket so important? This is the only thing I have left from my mother. Orochimaru destroyed everything else. He said that bonds make you weak. This is what I managed to save though, she said, as she clutched it tightly. Thank you, she said. No problem, said Naruto. How about I thank you by buying you some dango when this exam is over, she said. Midarashi Anko, said Naruto, serious eyebrow. Are you asking me out on a date? Maybe. Would you mind, she said. Not at all, said Naruto. No, I think I have to go back to my gate. Oh yeah, the exam. See you later, she said. As Naruto waved her as he made his way off. As he glanced toward the sky, Lady Luck always looked out for him. But he was not wrong. Watching down on all of them was a woman. She was somewhere not in this realm. In heaven. Naruto can't believe in me. Not you. A woman shouted to her red-headed friend. It was Lady Luck. As fate pouted. So, why did I care what a puny mortal think of me? Well, a very strong and not bad-looking mortal, but still a mortal nonetheless, said fate. As Lady Luck grinned. Maybe I should pay him a visit to show him that I'm real. That would be a shocker for him, but it seems he's already taken by that Anko woman. As she turned to her friend, Fate, did you have anything to do with Naruto? Find that locket. Fate shook her head. No. Why would I bring those two together? She said. As Lady Luck put her hand to her chin. Maybe Kami had something to do with it, she said. As she glanced back down, I wonder if that Anko woman is willing to share. As she had a perverted smile on her face. Time skip. Naruto was not happy one bit. Him and Han was separated from his group. And then they got eaten by a giant snake. A freaking snake! What was the odds of this happening? As him and Han was sliding down deeper in the snake's stomach. Han, I need you to dismiss yourself. I'm gonna use an explosive card, okay? Okay, Naruto-kun, see you later, Han said. And poofed away in a poof of smoke. As Naruto reached into his deck and pulled out the card. As he pumped it full. Before smiling. Heartburn, he said. Outside, the snake was moving, sneaking to a stop. Before, boom! As Naruto was thrown, he crashed into a tree. As he coughed, burns over his body. Oh yeah, that was a really stupid idea, he said. As he lay there, waiting for his burns to heal up. After he was finished healing, he wiped off the snake remains off him. As he moved back to where they made camp. When he got there, he saw a guy or girl, he wasn't sure, moving like a snake towards Sasuke. As Naruto pulled a card and tossed it, the snake man jumped away from the explosive card as it blew the branch that he was on. Sorry I'm late, said Naruto. I got lost on the road of life. The grass ninja looked up towards him as Sasuke and Sakura saw it drop. But hey, said Naruto, I'm here now, and I'm gonna kick some ass. As he blurred out of view and appeared right in front of the grass ninja. A right hook that slammed into the grass ninja jaw, blowing him back a few feet. The Kyuubi breath, the grass ninja thought, as he saw Naruto whisker marks, as Naruto summoned Cho and Han. Hey guys, you know what to do. As the pandas nodded and took out a dice each. Tell me, Cho, asked Cho. Or Han, said Han. Now, you grass ninja, guess. Cho, odds. Han, even, said Naruto. As the grass ninja raised the eyebrow, as they threw their dice. The dice showed 7. Winner, Cho. The grass ninja found himself unable to move. Genjutsu? Release! As he tried to break it. But he was still unable to move. It was a double air genjutsu. With them doing that trick with the dice. Release! But to his shock, he was still unable to move. What the hell? As a slash tear right across his chest. As Cho and Han leap and slice and dice, the grass ninja, who was unable to retaliate, once again jutsu was over, the skin on the grass ninja face was tearing off. That's a pretty good summon you have there, Naruto-kun, the grass ninja said, in a hissing voice. Of course, said Naruto, these bears and pandas are awesome. As the two pandas smiled. Nevertheless, I'm not here for you. I just want Sasuke-kun. Who are you? Said Naruto. As the man ripped the rest of the skin off his face. As Naruto was surprised. I am Orochimaru, the strongest of the Sanins. As Naruto dropped into a fighting stance. In that case, I need to take you in. As Orochimaru chuckled. Do you really think that you can take me on? These stretches are nothing, Orochimaru said, with a smirk. as Naruto reached into his sleeve and pulled out 4 cards, as he pumped them full, as he tossed them towards Orochimaru, who dodged them all. But Orochimaru realized that Naruto wanted to dodge. How did he know that? Well, a brutal kick slammed into his face as he jumped, as he was thrown towards the ground. Once Naruto dropped, he pulled out 5 decks as he threw the cards down towards the ground. Ninja art, dance of the 260 playing cards, he said, as he pushed the cards into the ground, as they fly under the ground and came around Orochimaru, as they spread to create a dome around him. Those cards will now drain your chakra until you're completely dry. As he turned towards the panda twins. "Thanks for the help," he said. "I'll take it from here." They nodded as they disappeared. After 5 minutes of constant chakra sucking, Orochimaru thought of something. Below. I count 260 cards around me. There can't be any below me, he thought, as he used the headhunter technique to get out. One of the weaknesses of this technique. "Shit," said Naruto, as he started to pant that technique was still not ready. He did not create it perfectly, and it used too much chakra, and not to mention that a glaring weakness, and Orochimaru just exploited that. Damn it. As Orochimaru smiled, as he felt how much of his chakra that thing had sucked away. That was a rather terrifying technique, and I can see that it's not even finished yet. You impress me, Naruto-kun. I'll just give you and Sasuke-kun a present, and I'll be on my way. As he held out his hand, a massive wing technique that destroyed the entire area forced him to leap away. Naruto found himself stuck as Orochimaru wrapped around him and bit him in the neck. Naruto gripped his neck as he started to scream. Orochimaru did the same thing for Sasuke as he was flying through the air. As he jumped away, "You two will be wonderful vessels," he said, as he melted in the ground. As both boys fell unconscious, as Sakura quickly rushed over and pulled Naruto over to where Sasuke was, as she looked towards them. "Damn it," she said. Time skip. As Naruto was in his mindscape. What the hell? As he was walking through the sewer that he was currently in. "Get over here, boy," a booming voice called out to him. As Naruto snapped around, as he rushed towards the voice, seeing that it was the only thing that was in here that made sense. As the place was just a long maze and halls, leading down in a sewer pathway. When he rounded the corner, he saw Orochimaru, he said. "Oh, hello, Naruto-kun. I was just standing here admiring this great beast of yours." As Orochimaru gestured towards the beasts behind the bars. "The Kyuubi." Orochimaru said, Naruto as he gripped his fist. "How did you get inside my head? I'm not really in your head. This is just a piece of my soul," Orochimaru said, as Naruto got into a fighting stance. "And what the hell do you want here?" As Orochimaru smiled. "Simple. I want to corrupt your soul and take away your free will." "That's not gonna happen." "Oh, come on, Naruto-kun. You can take me on the real world. What makes you think you can take me on here?" As Naruto shrugged, "I don't know. But I'm not gonna let you take my free will away, no matter what." As they fought. As they exchanged blows until Naruto landed a solid kick in his stomach, knocking him back. As Naruto smiled, Orochimaru was confused until a claw ripped right through his stomach. "Hello there, you little snake. You're mine now." As the Kyuubi pulled Orochimaru inside, who screamed in agony. "Boy, you better go back out. The pink-haired girl is getting the shit beat out of her." "Okay, but I'll be back, and we'll talk," said Naruto, as he left his mindscape, back in the real world. As Naruto woke up to see Sakura biting a Sound Ninja in the arm. "Die, bitch," he says. He was about to blow right clean off with his wind attack, until Naruto gripped his wrist tight. "What the?" As he looked up towards Naruto. "You know, that's not nice," said Naruto, as Naruto's face had flame-like markings over it. "You need to be punished for that," said Naruto, as he snapped Zaku's wrist. Zaku screamed in pain as Naruto pulled him away from Sakura, slamming his boot in his face, throwing him towards his teammates. Zaku spat out blood as Naruto looked down towards his body. Orochimaru's mark was still on him, even though the soul fragment was taken by the Kyuubi. As he looked over, he could feel it trying to corrupt him, to turn him sadistic and dark, to kill these three without any mercy. But he could feel like he could turn it off. But he didn't want to pass out again, and he didn't know what the hell this thing did. So he had to take care of these three first. As Naruto vanished and appeared between the three, he landed a crushing punch to Dosu's face, launching him away. As he flipped through several trees, breaking through them, he then swept away Zaku and Kin's leg. as Naruto stomped in Zaku's back. Now, said Naruto, to punish you, as he broke Zaku's arm right to the elbow as Zaku cried out, as Naruto kicked him in the face to silence him. King got up as Naruto backhanded her away as she crashed on the ground. As he was moving towards Dosu, wait, as Dosu pulled out her scroll. Let us leave, and we'll give you our scroll. As he tossed the scroll towards Naruto, who caught it. As Naruto looked towards the scroll before looking back towards Dosu, take them, and leave. But if you show yourself in front of me again, I will show you no mercy. As he pocketed the scroll, he started to make his way over towards Sakura, until he felt vile chakra erupting through the area. As Naruto looked towards the hollow tree that they were in, as Sasuke had woken up, flame-like markings all over his face, spreading across him. It's power. It's incredible! As he turned and looked out to see Naruto standing there. You. Fight me, Sasuke said. As Naruto shook his head, charging the enemy head on like that. That's rather stupid. As he waited until Sasuke was close enough before he raised his hand and backhand Sasuke. One firm hit that knocked him out cold. As Naruto was already stronger than him by a lot. He grabbed Sasuke and put him on his shoulder. Come on, Sakura, we're heading into the tower, he said. As Sakura could only nod at the string of events that happened in just a minute. 30 minutes later, they were in the tower with one day to spare. As Naruto did not realize that he was unconscious for so long. That damn mark. As he found the old man there along with Anko. Sensei. As Anko turned towards him, we encountered that bastard Orochimaru in the forest, and he marked us with his damn seal. What? Anko rushed over to him. As she looked him over, she turned to the Hokage. We need to seal it now. You might want to seal Sasuke's, but not mine, said Naruto. Orochimaru's soul has been removed from mine. The fox ate it. As the two were shocked by that statement. You talked to it? I haven't really had a good conversation with him. But I'm gonna do it soon, said Naruto. Anko put her hand in her forehead. That was a lot. She needed a drink. At least they were okay after facing someone like Orochimaru. As she smiled when Naruto unsealed a bottle of sake from a scroll and handed it to her. She gave him a grateful thanks as she took a huge sip. As that calmed her nerve. As Naruto yawned, he still felt tired. Probably because of this damn mark. Is there a place I could get some sleep somewhere? Follow me, said Anko. As Naruto got some well-deserved rest. The next day, as Hiruzen gave his speech that exams are replacement for war. As it was time for the preliminaries, Sasuke went against Yuri. Sasuke did not get his curse mark seal yet because it would put him out of commission for Chunin exams. As he had to stick to taijutsu, his steel, Lee's technique. As he used a different version of it though, mixing it with a lion combo attack and defeated him. As the rest of the matches went off, the last match was Naruto, as he hadn't even fought yet, as he was gonna be facing off against Kiba Inazaka. Yeah, we got this, Orochimaru. Seems we got lucky. As Naruto chuckled, I doubt it, he said, as he appeared down there in the sunshine. Kurenai glanced over towards Kakashi. Sorry Kakashi, but your student is gonna lose, she said. Well, for one thing, he's not my real student, and I really doubt that. He just joined my team for Chunin exams. Otherwise, he's the Hokage's and Anko's student. As the Jonins raised their eyes in surprise. Not to mention he's got a name for himself. Konoha Card Shark. It was enough to scare off Zabuza Momokai. Wait, Zabuza Momokai? As Kurenai snapped her head down towards him, she looked back towards Kakashi to see if he was joking. But he was not. Why is he not a Jonin already? Well, apparently, Hokage-sama doesn't want Naruto to skip ranks like that, said Kakashi. Last match, Naruto Uzumaki vs Kiba Inazaka. Begin, Hayate said. Kiba crouched down as he smirked. Prepare to get your ass kicked, Blondie, he said. Blondie? Wow, was that the best insult that you could come up with, said Naruto. As Kiba growled. Shut up, he said. Beast mimicry, ninja art, 4 legs technique. As his claws and fangs increased. As he crouched on all fours. As Naruto summoned Cho and Han. I'll finish this fast. Okay guys, throw the dice. No, you must choose, said Cho, with his eyes closed. Or Han, she said as she held up her dice. What? Said Kiba. What, are you deaf? Cho or Han, said Naruto. Kiba was confused. Han, I guess. As the pandas rolled their dice, the dice showed 2 and 6. Winner is Han, said Cho. As he created a single hand sign, Kiba found himself in a grassy field. He was confused until he heard, Kiba-kun, do you want to play? It was Hinata as he turned to see. A naked Hinata. His nose started to gush blood as he passed out unconscious, as Naruto scratched the back of his head. Well, he's more innocent than he appeared. He didn't get to experience the whole illusion, said Naruto. Inazaka Kiba is unable to continue because of loss of unconsciousness. Winner, Naruto Uzumaki Hayate said. Afterwards, he drew a number as the matches speared off. Naruto Uzumaki versus Neji Hyuga, Sasuke Uchiha versus Gaara, Kankuro versus Shino, Nara Shikamaru, Dosu and Tamaru will be facing the winners of the 3 matches. The 3rd exam will begin in 1 month, Hayate said. Afterward, Naruto turned towards Hiruzen. Sensei, I need to leave the village for about 2 days. As Hiruzen raised an eyebrow, why? Because there's a Texas Hold'em tournament going on, about 2 miles away from the village, and the price is 10,000 bucks. If you don't let me go, I guess I'll make your life a living hell, said Naruto, as there was this aura around him. Hiruzen sighed, as Naruto could be quite the troublemaker when he wanted to be. If I thought that you had to train for the exams, I wouldn't have let you go, but I have faith in you. Hiruzen didn't want to say it, but he knew that Naruto was the strongest here, as Naruto was already far above Genin level and Chunin level as well. After all, he's been training for the past 10 years. In certain areas he might not be, well, too powerful, with the experience to be exact, because he's never been out there for so long, just for the past 2 months and experiencing things outside the village. But other than that, not that much. So with certain people that had more experience, they would beat him. Older, stronger ninjas, to be exact. As Naruto went and explained to Anko, he just had a feeling that he had to go to the Boker tournament, as he would have to put off their date. She didn't mind. He would just have to buy her a lot of steak when he came back, and dango when he won. The next day, as Naruto was in the casino, as he was in the final of the tournament, he was facing off against 2 girls, and a stone ninja. One of the girls had her blonde hair tied to 2 ponytails, with a green gem around her neck. On her back was a concept for gamble, something that she sucked big time at. The other girl had blonde hair that reached onto her lower back. She was dressed in a Jonin uniform, but there was no mark on her headband. Yo, I'm Uzumaki Naruto. I hope we will have a good match. Snazzy, the blonde with the ponytail said. My, said the other blonde. The stone ninja said. 2 hours later, only Naruto and Mai was left, with an equal amount of chips, 2 cards on the table. Ace of clubs, Ace of heart, 4 of heart, Jack of diamond, and 2 of diamond was in front of them. You're really good at this, said Mai, with a smile. Thanks, you are crazy good as well, said Naruto. I've never met someone as good as me. Well then, she said, how about we make this interesting? All in as she pushed in all of her chips. You're on, said Naruto as he pushed in all of his chips as well. She showed her cards, Ace of diamond and Queen of spade. 3 aces, Queen high, she said, as she had a smirk. As Naruto flipped over his card, 3 aces, King high, he said, as Mai smacked her head against the table, as the spectators clapped. Damn, he's really good at this. I cut off all his luck, and yet he still beat me, she said, as she looked up towards him. Congratulations, Uzumaki-san. You managed to rob a poor girl of all her money, she said. Gee, thanks for the guilt trip, said Naruto, as he went over to collect his prize money. As he glanced back to see her sitting by herself, as she watched him secretly, she wanted to see if he would come over to say something, comfort her. Hey, as he placed $5,000 in front of her, she raised an eyebrow in surprise, or practically equally good. I just got real lucky. You deserve half, he said with a smile, as Naruto ordered a drink. As the bartender looked at him and saw his headband, as he got him his drink, as he turned to Mai with a second saucer. So, I see no mark on your headband. Don't you have a home village? Naruto asked. She shook her head. No, I was taught by my father, who was an ex-Kumo ninja, she said. No, I'm just wandering around, taking jobs where I can, she said. As Naruto felt a feeling. Hey, how about you become a Konoha ninja? As her eyes widened. Really? You could arrange that? Yep. The Hokage is my sensei and he likes me, so I could probably talk him into letting you stay. As Mai's face split into a huge grin. Wow, he really is a good guy. I must have him, she thought to herself. As she hugged him, Naruto was caught by surprise. He fell off the bar stool. Time skip. Oh, there was one more little polar bear that Naruto could summon. His name was Cap. He's a baby polar bear. Really cute, wearing a white jacket. He's about knee high, but his strength is ridiculously strong. Perhaps as strong as Naruto. Weapons, pliers, hammer, wires, things that would make Ibiki happy. Personality, sweet and cuddly to everyone except when you don't pay up. Then he turned, well, vicious, breaking kneecaps, bones, and removing certain parts that you would really need. At the very moment though, Naruto was in dreamland until he snapped out of bed in the hotel that he was in. Oh shit, he said. The blonde, Snazzy, was Snazzy. Man, she sucks, said Naruto, as he returned back to sleeping. The next morning he stood at the gates, as he waited for Mai. When she showed up, they started to go back to Konoha, as she showed him a few of her skills that she could do. A small sparring match between them, as they went straight to the Hokage's tower when they got back. Ah, Naruto-kun, how did it go? Said Sarutobi as Naruto entered with Mai, right behind him. And who's this? This is Mai. I split my wings with her, since I just won by a fluke. Hiruzen nodded. Pleased to meet you, Hokage-sama, said Mai, as she bowed. Naruto-kun has told me a lot about you. Hiruzen raised an eyebrow. Oh? And what has he told you about me? That you're very strong. Old, perverted geezer, she said, as Hiruzen choked on his pipe. Once the coughing was over, he turned and glared towards Naruto. Naruto, what lies have you fed this poor girl? As Naruto chuckled. No lies, only truth, I'm afraid. If you want to prove me wrong though, why don't you open that third drawer on the right? As Hiruzen raised an eyebrow. Very well, he said, as he opened the drawer. See? Nothing. As Maya looked over, as she raised a hand sign. Release! As the illusion was gone to show Hiruzen perverted book. Damn, he said. She has Jonin level word skills, said Naruto, as Sarutobi shut his jaw quickly, before nodded. As Sarutobi noticed her headband. I take it that she wanted to join Konoha. Naruto nodded. Yeah, I'd be glad if you could arrange that, he said. Sarutobi motioned for him to come closer. Naruto, how do you know that she's not a spy or something like that? I couldn't sense any lie from her when she told me her story. Sarutobi nodded as he stepped back in his chair. Well then, you're dismissed, Naruto-kun. Anko said that she wanted to see you when you came back. I'd like to hear Mai's side story. As Naruto nodded. Very well, see you later, sensei. You too, Mai, he said, as he made his way off. He showed up at Anko's house, as he had won a lot, as they talked about the tournament, and what he had saw the people that lost there, as he went over for dango and drinks, as they came back to her house, as Anko had her arm draped around Naruto's shoulder. The both of them were on the same high level after all. Well, he was a bit taller, as she pulled out her key, as she started to open her door, as she was still a bit buzzed. How about you come in, Naruto-kun, she said. Okay, Anko-chan, he said, as she pulled him inside, as he walked into her apartment. This was the first time that he got a good look at her apartment. It was plain, no unnecessary decorations. As she made him sit on the couch as she went towards the kitchen, she came back with more steak and saucers. As she sat down and she poured the both of them a drink. They sat like that for a minute, drinking, talking about pointless things, mentioning all that. As it felt like hours, but in truth it was just minutes, as they emptied the entire bottle. As Anko laid her head on Naruto's shoulder, as the conversation switched to more things like village gossip and all that. They stayed like this for a couple more minutes until Anko released a large yawn. As she started to fall asleep, Naruto lifted her up, as he brought her towards the bedroom. As he placed her down and covered the blankets, he tried to leave until he heard a voice, as Anko was sitting up, as she motioned for him to enter the bed with her. As Naruto walked back as he sat down in bed with her, Anko smiled as she nodded, as she kissed him on the lip before pulling back, as Naruto smiled as well, before they leaned and kissed each other again, as the both of them giggled a bit, before they leaned and kissed each other again, before Naruto's arm gripped her waist and pulled her in close, as Anko's hands wrapped her on his head and encircling his hair, as she pulled him in deeper, as Naruto leaned her as they rolled over in the bed. Naruto-kun, she whispered in his ear, I want you. Who was he to deny? As Naruto's hand moved down, as he unzipped her skirt to realize she wasn't wearing any underwear. You planned this, didn't you? I have no idea what you're talking about. As she flipped him over as she got on his waist, tearing his shirt off. Now, who's better, Naruto-kun? I am, said Naruto. That's right, you— wait, what? Well, it's quite simple, said Naruto. I got you naked with minimum effort on my part. As Anko blushed, he knew his way around the bed, like he knew his way around the deck of cards. As Naruto flipped her over, as she was now on her back, as he started to tease her with light kissings. Please, Naruto-kun, she said, stop teasing me. As she could feel herself spasming, as she could see the look in his eyes, as she knew that things were about to get wild. As her eyes trailed down, as the smile on her face increased even more. Time skip. Next morning, Naruto woke up, as he felt something wet on his chest, as Anko was drooling on him. As he smiled, he got the pillow and placed her head underneath it, as he slipped out, as he saw the remains of his shirt. Well, the tank top that he was wearing under his shirt. The one day I decided to wear a shirt under my coat, and she ripped it to shreds. Damn horny woman. As he turned to see her gnawing on the pillow. She looked really cute right now, he said to himself, as he left her to get some rest. Meanwhile, in Naruto's apartment, Mai was sitting on the couch, wondering where the hell could Naruto be. The Hokage had made her move in with Naruto until she could afford her own apartment. While she was pondering that, she noticed a red spark appear in the middle of her room. The spark started to grow bigger and bigger and bigger until a woman appeared, as she looked to be in her mid-20s, shoulder-length red hair, with a fiery red kimono with cherry blossoms on it. What are you doing here, sister? Mai asked, as it was none other than Fate. Oh, I'm just here to tell you something that I saw last night happening to your blonde friend. What did you see? As Fate smirk widened even more. Oh, something happened, alright. Something involving him and a certain snake mistress. In her bedroom, naked. I know that you can figure out what happened next. As Fate laughed before she burst in a spark, as she disappeared. They had sex. Mai huff. How am I gonna get in now, she thought. Her head shut up as she heard the door opening. Strange. It's unlocked, said Naruto, as he pulled out his deck and pulled the card. As he went inside, keeping his hands behind him, as he saw someone walking towards him. As he was surprised. Mai? Welcome home, Naruto-kun. Thanks, I guess. Not to be rude, but what are you doing here, said Naruto. Hokage-sama, letting me stay here until I get enough money for my apartment, she said. Okay, well then, make yourself at home. I'm gonna go get a shower, said Naruto. I wonder what Anko will say about this, Naruto thought to himself. But guys, it'll be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next parts, do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was the Ultimate Saiyan over on Anime King 3, and enjoy that, guys. And also stay tuned for a brand new episode over on Anime King 2. And if you're new, yes, you heard that correctly, I need 3 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And yeah, guys, enjoy. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out for now. I hope to see you guys very soon. Peace out.